morning everyone. This is Nidhi Ghetia. Today we will discuss about the plant products. So let's be started with this topic. So today's our study of the content, that is introduction of the primary metabolites and carbohydrate. Okay. So let's be started with the introduction of primary metabolite. So what is primary metabolite? So present in all the plant as the reverse food, that's called the primary metabolite. So they generate the energy, or they main source of the energy in the human bodies and also plant body. So they present in the all the plants and as the present as the reverse food, that is carbohydrate, lipid and protein. These three examples of the primary metabolite. Then second one, that is secondary metabolite. So not present in all the plants, they present as the extractory or secondary product. Okay, their example, that is enzymes. Then now we will see the some extractory products of the primary metabolite, secondary metabolite. So they glycoside, alkaloids, volatile oil, then resins, tannin, terpenoids, flavonoids and vitamins, then hormones, then antibiotics and prostaglandins. These all are the extractory products of secondary metabolite. Okay, so now we will start it with the carbohydrate. So first we learn the definition. So polyhydroxyaldehyde and polyhydroxyketone or compound that on hydrolysis produce it either of above. Okay, by the hydrolysis of the polyhydroxyaldehyde or polyhydroxyketone or their compound, so they generate the one carbohydrate molecule. So carbohydrates have the following basic composition, that is acetic acid in the carbohydrate, the chemical structure, the basic composition, that is present the acetic acid, then also lactic acid, and then not carbohydrates, that is like they not carbohydrate, but they nature like the carbohydrate. Okay, so and sugar like rhamnose and fructose, their composition, that is C6H12 and O5. And here acetic acid composition, that is C2H4O2, then lactic acid C3H6O3, and not carbohydrates, that is CH2ON. Okay, and sugar like rhamnose and fructose, here my mistake, so here fructose. Okay, so their composition, that is carbon 6 H12 and O5. Then now we will see the some introduction part of the carbohydrates. So their source, so as the plant kingdom, first product of photosynthesis. Okay, their source, that is plant kingdom, they mainly present in the plants. So their first product by photosynthesis process. Okay, and their properties, that is lower molecular weight and high molecular weight. So in lower molecular weight, their structure, their state, that is crystalline state, then soluble in the water, then sweet taste, like their example, that is glucose, fructose, arbutinose and sucrose. Then high molecular weight, that is amorphous in nature, then tasteless, relatively insoluble. So their example, that is starch, cellulose, gums, pectin and insulin. Okay. Then carbohydrates are among the first product to arise as a result of photosynthesis, so providing as important food reservoir. Okay, carbohydrates are among the first product or to arise a result of photosynthesis, so they providing the food as the reserve. Okay, important food reserve. So synthesized by the plant using sunlight to convert CO2. Plant using sunlight synthesized by the plant using sunlight to convert in a CO2 and H2O to glucose and O2. Okay, plants in presence of the sunlight, they convert the CO2 and H2O in glucose or O2. Then polymers including starch and cellulose also. Then most sugars have formula that is CnH2ON, that is hydrate of carbon. Then now we will see the classification of the carbohydrates. So they measure in a two class, mentioned in a two class, that is saccharide and polysaccharide, and oligosaccharide, that is the third class. Okay, measure two class, that is saccharide and polysaccharide. Okay, then now we will see the saccharide. So depending upon the chemical structure, they are also classified as the monosaccharide, that is monosaccharide, disaccharide. Okay, they classified in the other class, that is first one, that is monosaccharide, disaccharide, and further. So they are sugars which cannot be further hydrolyzed into simple sugar. So bios, trios and tetros. So bios which containing the 2 carbon, and trios, so they containing the 3 carbon in form of phosphoric ester, that is glyceraldehyde. And tetros, they containing the 4 carbon atoms in their structure, so their example, that is erythro. Then pentos, so they produce the hydrolysis of polysaccharide like hemicellulose, mucilase, gum, arbinose. Their example, that is arbinose, ribose and xylose. Then hexose, so they are obtained by hydrolysis of polysaccharide like starch, insulin, etc. So their example, that is aldose, that in aldose, that is aldehyde. Okay, so in aldose sugar, that is glucose, mannose and galactose, and as a ketose, fructose and sucrose. Okay, then haptose, that is that containing the 7 carbon in the atom, so rarely found accumulated in plants, that is glucohaptose and manohaptose. Okay, these all are the monosaccharide examples. Then now we will see the disaccharide. So they upon the hydrolysis give 2 monosaccharide, that is maltose, in glucose plus glucose, 2 molecule of the glucose. Then lactose, that is glucose plus galactose. Okay, 1 molecule of the glucose and 1 other molecule of the galactose. Then sucrose, so glucose plus fructose, so they making the sucrose. Then Gensio-bios, so they in their formula glucose plus glucose and gentian, and also addition of the bitter almond, that is Gensio-bios. Okay, so this is the disaccharide with example. Now we will see the trisaccharide and tetrasaccharide. So trisaccharide, they upon hydrolysis give the 3 monosaccharides. Okay, they going for the hydrolysis process, so they generate the 3 monosaccharide atom. So that example, that is raffinose and xanthanose. So in raffinose, glucose plus galactose plus fructose. Okay, 3 monosaccharide components are generated by hydrolysis of the trisaccharide. Okay, then xanthanose, so glucose plus fructose. Then tetrasaccharide, so they generate the 4 by hydrolyzing process, they generate the 4 monosaccharides. So styrose, so they generate the galactose plus galactose plus fructose. Okay, 3 component of the monosaccharide and 1 component, that is the fructose. So the polysaccharide that is on hydrolysis given an indefinite number of monosaccharide. Okay. So by n number of the monosaccharide, on hydrolysis of the polysaccharide they give the indefinite number of the many numbers of the monosaccharide. Okay, indefinite numbers of the monosaccharide units. So by condensation with the elimination of water, polysaccharide are produced from monosaccharide. So there are here two types of the polysaccharide. The first one that is homopolysaccharide and second one that is heteropolysaccharide. So homopolysaccharide they containing monosaccharide unit of the single type, that is starch, glycogen, then insulin and cellulose. Okay, homopolysaccharide that is they contain monosaccharide unit of single type, that is starch, glycogen, insulin and cellulose. Then second one that is heteropolysaccharide, so they possess two or more different type of monosaccharide unit or their derivatives. So that is the heparin and chondro18 sulfate. Okay. Then polysaccharide derivatives, that is polyuronide, that is alginic acid and pectin, and also they consider with the gum and mucilage. Then now we will see the gums. So gums are the pathological product consist of the calcium, potassium and magnesium salt of complex substance known as the polyuronides. On prolonged boiling with the dilute acid, they yield mixture of sugar and uronic acid. Okay, gums are the pathological product of consist with the calcium, potassium, magnesium salt of complex substance known as the polyuronide. So the gums are the pathological product of the polyuronide. On prolonged boiling with a dilute acid, they yielding mixture of glucose and uronic acid. So gum plus dilute acid and boiling, they generate the sugar and uronic acid. Then some examples of the gum. So hydrophobic and hydrophilic. Then high molecular gum. Then colloidal property in appropriated solvent or swelling agent. Then produce gel, highly viscous and suspension or solution. These all are the property of the gum. Then type 2 gums. So natural gum, two types of the gum. First one that is natural and second one that is prepared, that is synthetic gum. Then in natural gum, so sweet gum, that is agar and algin. Plant extruded gum, that is acacia and tragacanth. Then seeds gum, that is guar gum and isabgol. Plant extract, that is pectin, and animal extract, that is chitin. In natural gum example, that is sweet gum, that is agar and algin. Second one that is plant extruded, that is acacia and tragacanth. And seed gum, that is guar gum and isabgol. Then plant extract, that is pectin, and animal extract, that is chitin. Then prepared gum, or also known as the synthetic gum or biosynthetic gum. So there is xanthan and dextran, also starch and their derivative, and cellulose and their derivative. Okay. Then now we will learn about the mucilage. So they are the physiological product related to gum, and they are generally sulfuric acid ester and ester group, being a complex polysaccharide. So both gum and mucilage are decomposition product of the cellulose. Okay, gum and mucilage both are the product, the decomposition product of the cellulose. So here mucilage, they are physiological product related to the gum. Okay, physiological product related to gum, and they are generally ester of the sulfuric acid or ester group being complex in polysaccharide. Okay, then pectin. So in a neutral methoxy ester of an aldobionic acid, pectin acid, obtained as the water soluble compound from the inner portion of rind of citrus fruit. This is pectin. Now we will see some chemical test of the carbohydrate for identification of the saccharides or polysaccharide. Okay, monosaccharide and polysaccharide. So let's be started with the first test, that is reduction of Fehling solution. So in this process, sample plus Fehling solution A and B. Okay, reduction of Fehling solution. So sample plus Fehling solution A and B. So they generate the brick red color PPT. Okay, so these indicate the reducing sugar include all the monosaccharide and disaccharide, that is lactose and maltose are present. Okay, then second one, that is non-reducing substance including some disaccharide, that is sucrose and polysaccharide, and non-reducing carbohydrate will on boiling with acid be converted into reducing sugar. Okay, reducing this is a test for the identification of the carbohydrate, simple carbohydrate, not for monosaccharide or polysaccharide. They found the carbohydrate. Okay, so they having the reducing property and non-reducing property. So reducing property including with the monosaccharide and disaccharide, that is lactose and maltose. Okay, identification for the saccharides. Okay, monosaccharides, simple saccharide, that is sugars, and non-reducing substance including some disaccharide, that is sucrose and polysaccharide, and non-reducing carbohydrate will present. So they go for the boiling. After the addition of some acid, they converting into reducing sugar. So they indicate the carbohydrates are present in this solution. Then second one, test, that is Moelisch test. So carbohydrate plus alpha naphthol plus sulfuric acid, they generate the purple color. So with a soluble carbohydrate, this appear as a ring if the sulfuric acid is gently poured into from a layer below the aqueous solution. With the insoluble carbohydrate such as cotton wool, that is cellulose, the color will not appear until the acid layer is shaken to bring its contact with the material. Okay. Then third one test, that is Osazone test, derivative test. So sample plus phenylhydrazine HCl plus sodium acetate plus acetic acid. So they generate the sugar 2 identified by Osazone crystal. Okay, they form the crystals of the Osazone, so they indicate the sugar are present. So the yellowish crystal which form the examined under the microscope, they are sufficiently characterized for the sugar to be identified. Then fourth one test, that is resorcinol test for ketone. So this is known as the Swellon of test. So carbohydrate solution plus crystalline resorcinol, crystal of resorcinol, and warmed on the water bath with equal volume of concentrated HCl, so they gives the rose color is produced if ketose is present. So the example that ketones are present, so they generate the rose color, okay, red rose color. So the example of ketone, that is fructose, honey, or hydrolyzed the insulin, they are present, so they generate the red rose color. Then fifth one tells that is pentose. So sample in test tube, test for the pentose. So sample in test tube, equal volume of HCl containing little fluorobutanol, so they generate the red color, they indicate the pentose are the present. Then Killer-Gilani test for deoxy sugar. So deoxy sugars are found in cardiac glycoside such as those digitalis and strophanthus species. So deoxy sugar dissolve in the acetic acid containing the trace of ferric chloride, transfer on the surface of H2SO4, so they generate the one junction. At the junction of the liquid, a reddish brown color they produce, which gradually become bluish. Okay. Then seventh one test, that is enzyme reaction test. Then so in a certain carbohydrate reaction only brought by specific enzyme. Okay, specific carbohydrate reaction following for the only specific enzyme, that is enzyme reaction. And last one, that is chromatographic technique, also used for the carbohydrate identification. Okay, so now we will end this topic of the primary metabolite and we cover the one topic, that is carbohydrate. Okay, so thank you to all.